Hey guys, Rolo here. So I'm gonna be showing you a recording of, proof that the war that we had against Prime counts is gonna be counted because of the leader of Prime giving us the war wing. So before I show you that recording, I'm gonna be explaining to you the story so you can judge for yourself. And take note that I'm gonna be completely honest, and I'm gonna have, if you need Nami and Mito, they can tell you the story themselves as well, because this is basically pretty true. So Zappa, Kiet, and crus had a pwar against Prime. They wrecked Prime 30-5. We all go back to the battle on, and I start spamming 4v4, 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 because there were 60 party members in there, and that there was Kiet and Zappa. Take note, Lesvin was the only Prime kid in there. So we're like, okay, you know what? We'll have a 4v4, we'll have fun. Fuck Prime, right? So, we're all deciding who's going to be with who. Because, they didn't want me, crus, Mito, and Zappa in the same team. So, we're like arguing, right? It was like a fun argument, not a serious one, right? It was in between, our friends. So, and Lesvin is AFK by that point, and we're like having like a 10-minute conversation right there. So then Lesvin just automatically on AFKs, and he's like, 3v3 or no war. By when he said that, he said 3v3 and no war, and mark my words, he did say that. I swear to freaking God, he said 3v3 or no war. So by that moment, I also realized, I was like, okay, alexkoval is not online, and Diver is not online, and Diva is not online. Is he fucking crazy right now? At first, I didn't want to say yes to them, because I'm not gonna lie. If Diva plays, we'll probably get wrecked. I'm not gonna lie. Diva will probably destroy us. I don't think Diva can 1v3 Tea Party, but if Diva is to play for Prime, we will definitely lose. So I was like, I didn't want to risk it at first, because I'm like, okay, if Diva is online and all, then he plays, we'll probably get wrecked. But then Nami is like, fuck it, yeah, let's play him. Because Nami was hyper as fuck. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, let's just risk it, right? Who cares? It's just a fucking game. So Nami, and crus, we decided to play because Mito was taking a shit. And so by that point, Lesvin had already said 3-3 or no war. Now, I do not know if it was a misspelling error, but you will see. It's gonna get interesting after this. So we get in line, right, and we were gonna go bar, healer, warrior. I was gonna be warrior, Nami was gonna be healer, and crus was gonna be bar, because that's a Tea Party lineup. That's what we use all the time. So then we see them going bar, Starlord, healer, and the first thing that comes to my mind, I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I'm like, no bar, healer SL. So then Mystic Todd is like, it's a war, we'll go bar SL healer. I'm like, okay, fuck it then, right? We just allow him. We just an even more broken lineup, which is bar SLDL. So, we get all set it up. We go into the like. I'm sorry, I just had to burp. We go into the zone. We win 320, which I believe that's the score. And we go back to the battle. And crus is like LOLing hard at Lesvin, and I'm like, good game. This was a word correct. And Lesvin says, yeah, good game. And he even types WP, which that stands for well played. And so, I'm like, yeah, we beat Prime. We're all celebrating and shit. We're like, yeah, we beat Prime in the war. And then crus was like, post it. So then, I started like immediately just editing the parts out. So it was like the reason you don't see the first part of the war is because when I was editing this, I accidentally deleted the first part, and then I started rendering without even realizing it. So the thing was actually pretty long. And then since I'm always delete the original files so they don't get corrupted after I render, it was just a pain in the ass. But that doesn't matter, right? Because the other half is there. So, we're like, all celebrating and shit. And then by that point, Lesbian had already confirmed to us that it was a war. So then, like 5 minutes later, the other two kids that play for him come in, and it was Classmaster that says, "Was this a pwar or a war?" Mystic Todd was AFK, and Lesbian is like, "It was a pwar," and he says it so casually that it just ticked me off. Like, okay, did this motherfucker just said it was a pwar? And I remember I'm telling Nami, he just said it was a pwar. What the fuck? And Nami was like, whatever, they just ignore him, right? Because Nami hates starting, useless trouble. So, I'm like, alright, whatever, dude, I don't give a shit. He can tell his clan members it was a pwar, so he could deny it later. So then, So then, like, we start like talking and talking, and then Lesvin just jumps in the conversation when we had completely, just forgot about Lesvin, and he's like, it was a P word, dude, shut the fuck up. And like, I'm like, dude, it was not a P word. You fucking told me yourself it was a fucking war. Have some fucking balls and just accept your loss. So, we're like getting into an argument, and it's like, I got solid proof, I'll expose you. I'm like, go right ahead and expose me. I don't give a shit. So, you know, I like the next day, I post the war, and Lesvin is like spamming, no, it's a P word, it's a P word. And, he starts trying to avoid it like his father Norris taught him to avoid wars. So then he goes up to Cruz, and we all know Cruz is a fucking idiot. Oh my god, Cruz, how can you be so stupid? So I bet, and I can bet you whatever the fuck you want, that Lesvin told Cruz right the first 3v3 was a P war. I can freaking guarantee you whatever the fuck you want, that's what Lesvin went ahead and told Cruz. Because as you can see, it was basically cut off the part where Cruz said it was a P war. It was cut, it was just automatically just cut off, and you were not able to see the other chat. Which means that Lesvin probably took that part off to neglect that Cruz probably said that it was a war the first time, but he probably wanted to confuse Cruz, and he said that he said that the first 3v3 was a P war, which Cruz obviously said yeah, it was a P war. So now what you're about to see is the recording that me and alexkoval, the real leader of Prime, because I went ahead and did my research because I knew Lesvin was not the leader of Prime. Devo was also on Assault J-Lo, like part of it, like it was like the start, and then he left. So you're gonna see this, and after this thing, Devo and Lesvin came to me, right? Because Devo was like, he said it was a P war, because Devo is pretty mature, right? Devo was not kidding around. So I'm like, yeah, it's like, I'm like, yeah, it was a war, but Lesvin, is trying to turn into a P war. Devo was like all mature, like, so we're like, after that, he's like all mature. We were in yoga, but Lesvin was like spamming, no, it was a P word, it was a P word. I got solid proof. I'm like, go ahead, show your solid proof, then I'll show my proof that your leader gave us the war win. So watch this. alexkoval gave us the war win. Nothing is being voided because I'm not, gonna void a war that we freaking earned. And Lesvin, let me give you some advice. Quit being a pussy. Grow some fucking balls. You're not good. Stop trying to war without Devo, because Devo always carries your fucking ass. Okay? So yeah, watch this next recording. You judge. You're gonna see alexkoval saying it was a war, that we get the war wing basically. So yeah, guys, nothing's being voided.